The secret is out. The Pittsburgh Steelers just sent a warning shot to the entire NFL. So, against the Baltimore Ravens, the Pittsburgh Steelers finally unleashed Justin Fields as a Swiss Army knife in the Pittsburgh Steelers offense, adding an extra layer to the Pittsburgh Steelers offense and throwing a shockwave to all the other teams. So, before I get more into that, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. Also like this video. Now, let's get right back into it. So, ever since Justin Fields was benched by Mike Tomlin, we've been waiting for the last 3 games for Justin Fields to get time and see if he'll be utilized in this offense as a runner, if he'll be utilized in this offense as a thrower, or just at all, in place of Russell Wilson on certain downs. Well, it took until week 11, this week, the 4th week of Russell Wilson starting, to finally see Justin Fields back in the game and be utilized and take full advantage of his skill set and use him as a Swiss Army knife. And when he was put in there against the Ravens, it was just 2 times, but it threw the Ravens off and it had them in for a surprise because they put him in on 2nd and long twice, one earlier in the game and the one on the final possession. And both times, the Ravens weren't ready for it. The Ravens weren't ready for what Justin Fields was able to bring to the table. And that was either give the ball to Najee Harris on a handoff, or it was taking it himself and running it for a first down. So that was the thing that he was doing. He was able to read the defense, and the Ravens had to watch out for 2 things, the read option or the handoff. With Russell Wilson in the game, he will just hand it off, and that's something that they don't have to worry about. But it adds an extra layer when Justin Fields was in the game against the Ravens because he did not hand the ball off to Najee Harris other than on the last play of the game. He was in there 3 times, and 2 of the times he took it for a first down or slid for it short of the first down, setting the Steelers up for a perfect case scenario to close out the game. So Justin Fields being utilized in this week's game threw the Ravens off, and it's going to throw a shockwave to all the NFL defenses trying to cover the Steelers when he is in the game. And I'll explain more on that. When you look at Justin Fields being utilized, he's more than just a runner, meaning that when you look at teams who bring in other quarterbacks for certain plays, let's just look at Taysom Hill, for example, with the Saints. He's being utilized as a runner most of the time as well. He's a quarterback, however, he's not really that good as a quarterback. He's more of a tight end, special teams player, running back. He's not really a quarterback in this league. He started some games, but he hasn't been a starter or a quarterback his entire career, where he's actually playing quarterback. But when you look at Justin Fields, he's more than just that running quarterback. He's a quarterback who could throw the ball, and he's put up over 1,000 yards before he got benched this season. So he could throw the ball, and he just doesn't have to be in there to run the ball. So when he's in the game and Arthur Smith utilizes him more later towards the end of the season, it gives the Pittsburgh Steelers an advantage. Because yes, he will not be in there all the time, but when he's in the game, teams are going to expect you to run the ball with him and utilize his legs. But at some points, after the Steelers do that and show that on tape, eventually they're going to let him rip it loose and throw the ball. And then teams have to be worried about throwing, running, or just giving the ball off to the running back. So technically, if we're looking at what Justin Fields did in the Ravens game, it's really just the first layer of the Pittsburgh Steelers gadget plays with him. And this was a warning shot to the entire NFL that, hey, we do have another quarterback in here that we can utilize, and he's the 2nd best running quarterback in the entire NFL. So obviously that's behind Lamar Jackson. So you're not just putting in a random quarterback and saying, hey, let's run for a first down here. No, you're putting in Justin Fields, someone who's ran for over 1,000 yards, someone who has ran for 5 touchdowns, I believe, this season already, someone who has capability of throwing touchdowns as well, and throwing deep passes and being a good deep ball completion person. And this is just a warning shot because this is the first layer to the Steelers offense utilizing him and his skill set. So looking at Justin Fields in this game against the Ravens, he was not warm at all. You look at him, he came in, he played one play earlier in the game, he played 2 snaps to end the game. So you had to stay ready, that means. Justin Fields has said it himself. He didn't know when he was going to be put in the game. He had to keep his hamstrings warm, he had to keep his legs warm, and be ready at all moments of the game. So obviously, that's going to be hard, but he hasn't played in 4 games. This was the only time he's played. And there was a bye week as well, so he's even longer since he's played. So Justin Fields not being ready and not being knowing when he's going to come in the game, and he was still able to run for those first downs to give the Steelers the win. That was a big moment for him with the Steelers team, and he's willing to do anything to help his team win. And just imagine if he knows that he's actually going to get in the game, then it would be even more dynamic for the Steelers offense and just an extra layer. And like I keep saying, it makes this offense even more dangerous, especially in the red zone and those short yardage downs when things aren't going well for the team. He's a player who go be the quarterback on quarterback sneaks as well, because he's a largely built quarterback as well, so he could take those hits. Me personally, I would have even put him in earlier in the game. When the Steelers started stalling out in the red zone and the Steelers have the ball so short, and even when they did the quarterback sneak with Russell Wilson, they could have easily just put in Justin Fields and had him do the quarterback sneak. And there's many times in the red zone the Steelers just can't score points. It seems like they can't score in the red zone, and the only times this season where they were successful in that red zone was when Justin Fields was running it for touchdowns, when he was actually playing earlier in the season. That was the only time they really had success in the red zone. So putting Justin Fields in the red zone could really help the Steelers team score more touchdowns, I believe. And he could be utilized in the quarterback power, like I said, or he could throw the ball, hand the ball off. We got to see Justin Fields for just 3 plays, and all 3 plays were successful. So this was a warning shot to the entire league saying, hey, we have another layer to our offense that we haven't even put out there yet. Well, this is the first layer, and there's even more to come. There's even more to be utilized with Justin Fields. This is just the beginning of something great. So, you look at Marcus Mariota with the Tennessee Titans and Ryan Tannehill. This is something that Arthur Smith has done in the past as well. He even mentioned it in his interview done today to the media that, hey, when I had Ryan Tannehill as my quarterback, I was utilizing Marcus Mariota in these type of gadget plays as well, and utilizing him as a runner and as a quarterback. Obviously, this is him being the offensive coordinator with the Tennessee Titans early on in his career, so he utilized the playbook with Ryan Tannehill kind of being the main guy, Marcus Mariota being that gadget player because of his legs, his athletic ability. So he's done this in the past. So it's not like he's not used to utilizing 2 quarterbacks. He brought it up in today's media. So that's something that Justin Fields will now be the beneficiary of, having Arthur Smith have Russell Wilson in the Ryan Tannehill type of role, and then having Justin Fields in the Marcus Mariota type of role, but even better, because he is the second best runner in the entire NFL, and someone who could throw the ball as well. Anyway, that's basically the end of this video, but just know this is only the beginning for Justin Fields and the Pittsburgh Steelers in this offense, and him being utilized in a special way. And Justin Fields, many people have said, whether that's Mike Tomlin, Arthur Smith, or his teammates, that he's just willing to do anything to have this team win and help in any way possible that he can. He said it himself, his coaches have said it, his teammates have said it, and he has proven it week after week, not complaining about his benching and going up there and showing out when he is given the opportunity, even though he only had 3 snaps the entire game, showing out with being cold on the sideline the entire game and utilizing his legs and not knowing when he's going to get in the game. So he is truly the ultimate teammate, the ultimate competitor, and he will be utilized in great ways. And now this was a warning shot to the entire NFL. So with that being said, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on this video, kind of going over this. Do you think this is a warning shot? Do you think this is just the beginning? Or do you believe that they won't utilize him? Or do you believe that they will utilize him? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And also, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news, updates, highlights, analysis reports, everything like that. I cover everything Steelers. It doesn't matter what it is. this is the best spot for you to receive the news if you want to listen to it, watch it, and not have to read it. So, like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and until next time, I'll see you guys all later. I'm out. Peace.